Well, it's morning for me. I'm such an early bird, it's ridiculous. I get up at 5 even on Saturdays. It's a habit, I don't know how to stop it. But today, I wanted to, it's been a long time coming. I kind of wanted to do it a long time ago, kind of like in the beginning of the summer, but I never got around to it. Well, basically, I procrastinated, something I'm fighting all the time. Yeah, so I want to show you how to make the top that I'm wearing very easy. I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. What I did was I went and bought a tank top. It's a racerback tank top. I literally got it for like $2.99, and I wanted to make one of those off-the-shoulder tops. So I figured, how do I do that and not go crazy breaking my head trying to find out a way to do it? So what I did was I actually got one of my t-shirt sleeves, and then what I did was I cut a hole into the t-shirt sleeve, and then so basically it looks like this. So this would be the pattern piece that I would be adding to the tank top, racerback tank top, to make it the way this one looks. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's get started. Sleeve out, because we're basically going to just add it onto the tank top, because this is like a cute little tank top that, that I wanted to put sleeves on to give it that style of the cutout shoulder thing. So I basically laid out the fabric, I laid it out in the double, put it over itself, and then so we're going to cut out this shape right here, which is really, like I said before, a t-shirt sleeve with a hole in the middle. And I'll show you how to put that in just a few minutes after we cut this out. What's so awesome about this is that if you buy a racerback tank top anywhere, you can just add the sleeves. If it's black, it's easy because then you just match up black with the black. But if it's a different color, you're gonna have to match up whatever color you find. Basic colors, white or whatever. Those are basic, so that's okay. But I tried to match up another tank top, and I just could not find the color, so it was very difficult. And cut that out. Make sure you make that little cut at the bottom, otherwise you won't have two sleeves. And what you're going to do here, I'm going to go to my serge machine right now, but what you're going to do here is that you're going to sew these two ends together. So you're going to sew these two, this end and this end together. This is actually the back of the t-shirt sleeve. This is the back with my two little notches right there, and this is the front. Okay? After a while you'll be able to tell, but the way I can tell is that this part right here is slightly higher. Okay, that's slightly higher on the t-shirt sleeve, and this one is a little bit lower. It's very subtle, it's very hard to tell, but after a while you'll be able to pick it up. So let's go sew this right now. Keep in mind that you should know what's the outside of the fabric that you're going to use, so that you use it on the right side on your racerback tank top. We will serge those two sides that I told you about together. Now this jersey fabric rolls up on itself all the time, so I gotta kind of make it straight. And give that a nice serge right there. See the nice little serge? All right. Do the other side. What I love about these t-shirts is, being that I'm a big girl, I have certain parts that I have to hide up until the day that I'm the way I want to be, so I kind of hide certain things. And at the same time, with this heat wave that we have in New York right now, I could wear something and still feel like I'm not going to sweat myself to death with these t-shirts and wearing long sleeve things and going crazy trying to, not sweat bullets and stuff. So, and I haven't made an effort to make all the colors yet, but when I go to the fabric store, I'll be able to just buy whatever colors I want, match it up, and make them from scratch. I actually want a gray one, but I haven't done that yet. Let me go get the tank top because I left it over there. Right? So, now what we're going to do is match up this seam right here that goes basically under the arm, turn it around. This is right here, the outside of the t-shirt, and this is going to be under your arm. Match it up to the edge, right here to the seam, in the middle of the tank top, and you're going to take those two edges, the two edges that are kind of hanging like this, and they're going to go around the tank top hole. So that seam will match up to the middle seam on the tank, and then these two will go around. You don't have to pull them or anything like that because there really is no need. This is all jersey knit. It's all going to match. So right here, that's one match. So there's that. And go ahead and gently just add the other side. Line it up. If you have a serge at home and you already know how to use it, this is a cinch. So as you can see, we already added that sleeve to that part right there. Now the finishing touches is going to be something else because we gotta add, like right here, some binding to give it the same look that the t-shirt already has. So we're going to do a binding. We're going to connect the binding to it. Again, turn this one around. We're going to match up the seam to the middle seam of the tank. That's basically how it looks. But what we're going to do, we're going to sew that side. We're going to sew this to the bottom of the sleeve here on the tank. Match the seam in the middle, to the middle. Like I said, we don't have to pull. I have to do nothing crazy. Very simple. Outside to outside. Here we go. And I think these shirts are called off-shoulder t-shirts or tank. I don't know what they call, but I call it off-shoulder t-shirt. I haven't made a regular, I want to make a dressy one. I haven't done that yet, but I'll do it. And so as you can see, I literally just added the sleeves to it. It's already done, and now we have to add the binding to it, around it, to make it look like it just came like that. So we're going to do that next. Alright, so right here, I cut out some strips. This is what we're going to add to the binding. This is basically the rest of the binding for the added on sleeve. So I put right side to right side, and I'm going to add on a little bit more because I don't know how long I'm going to need that binding to put around the edge of that sleeve, because I don't want it to be short and then I have to stop and actually add another piece. So here I go to add real quick. And now I have a binding for at least one side of the sleeve. Let's do the other side in a minute. Okay, because I want to show you how to do the binding on the sleeve to make it look like it came the way the way this one does. Basically, it looks like it came like that. Because remember, we added this sleeve, so it wasn't on the t-shirt itself. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go on the inside. And that edge right there that's hanging out, that's going to go on the inside of that sleeve. We're going to go a little bit above the connected sleeve. And leave some out right here, because that will be tucked in, and it'll literally go into and look just like that binding right there. So leave a little bit out and start sewing on there. It's a little bit of a job, because you got to kind of like see, gauge it with your eyes. So we're going to line it up, sew it, and for this I use the zigzag stitch, because this is actually jersey knit, and it's a stretch fabric, so I use zigzag to give it that, stretch, to allow it to actually open up and close up, and, basically very movable. So the binding, I'm guiding it along, and I'm kind of like stretching it a little bit, just to give it that, how would you say, the connected look. One side first, back stitch a little. Line it up. Give the binding a little pull, not that much. We give the binding a little pull because we're going to make it look like it came with the t-shirt. And that gives it a connected look. Sew it to one side. Remember, you got to keep lining it up. Keep pulling the binding on one side only, the side, the side that you're sewing on, and I'll show you how excellent it looks when it's totally connected. See, we're almost there. And right here we finish. See, the binding is a little bit longer than the sleeve, so we cut off. We leave a little bit out and we cut that off. Okay. Now to finish this, we're going to carefully go back to the beginning. And you have to give this a little tuck. You kind of fold that into itself right there, fold it down, and then we fold it the other direction. Actually, this binding is a little bit too wide, so if I might have to cut it down, because if it's so wide, it's going to look too bumpy and it won't match the other binding. So let's cut it a little bit. It's just too wide. See, that's why it's kind of like it's a little bit tricky when it comes to this, because you don't want it. You want it to match. You want it to look like it came with the t-shirt. So I'm going to lay it out and give it a little cut so that it is not that wide and it matches the binding that the t-shirt came with. Because this is stretch fabric, and you can really stretch it into the style. Little steady hand here. We don't want it bulky. We want it to look like it came with the t-shirt. So that's how much I cut off, just a little bit. Okay. So again, there we go. I'm going to tuck it in. Yeah, maybe this is too much too. Cut a little bit of that off. Okay. We're going to tuck it in. Alright. We tuck that in first, and then we fold it and fold it again. But look what's going to go on. Fold it and fold it again. But that's going to go on the other side of the t-shirt. The side that everybody sees. Again, this is a little, it's a little practice here. But as you can see, it's almost lined up to the outside of the t-shirt, to the actual binding. So I'm going to make sure that I cover all my stitch and make sure that it, so you basically have to mess with this so it like comes out perfect. Because once you put it under that stitch, it's sealed. Alright. And this is the beginning of it right here. Let's grab it. Tuck it all in there. Let's tuck it. If you got some nails, you can tuck it. If not, use a pin or something. I grabbed it. I got it. I got it. Okay. So now we do this with the rest of the binding. Keep tucking it in. And you're going to tuck it all around, just like you did in the beginning. So you're basically hiding you're basically just hiding that first, the outside that you sewed it on. And again, we're tucking it in, we're hiding that. We're giving it the zigzag stitch because remember this is stretch fabric and you want it to be able to move with you. Again, remember, tuck it in. Tuck it in, tuck it in. Like I said, if you got some nails, you can do that with your nails or use a pin. What I keep going back to is that you want it to look like it came that way. To make it look like it came from the t-shirt itself. So that's one side. You can look at it right here. That's how it's finished. The bottom we also give a binding to on the bottom of the sleeve. We can also give that a binding at the bottom of the sleeve so it can kind of look just like the right here, the top of the sleeve. But that's basically what it is. This is basically just adding a sleeve to a tank top, giving it the illusion that it came that way. It's really cool because tank tops are pretty much very cheap, and if you're going to do these sleeves, all you need is like less than a yard of a fabric, possibly just 1 yard of some jersey knit or whatever matches your sleeve. But this is it right here. The same way I did this binding here, you can do it to the bottom of the sleeve, and you got yourself a really cute off-the-shoulder sleeve tank top, shirt or t-shirt, off-the-shoulder. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's really cool. It's really in, and everybody's using it this summer, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be using it for next summer. So there it is, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope it helped a lot of people out, because I know there's a lot of girls out there, big, skinny. It doesn't matter what size you are. It's in fashion. Everybody likes it. Thank you.